Hey, kia ora whānau, you're here with me, the maoriwargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Sure. Welcome whānau to this 50 power level battle between the Farsight Enclaves of the Tau Empire and the Space Wolves, Sons of Leman Russ. Here, once again, on this molten battlefield on the planet of Atreus, home of my narrative, loosely narrative campaign. I haven't done much narrative on it, but get the gist. After the events of the last game, the forces have rallied and regrouped back for combat. We'll be playing open war missions again. So the twist, many paths to victory. We have Kingslayer, so adding up power rating of enemy units, doubling the score if one of the enemy models is the warlord, and kill the courier. So game instantly ends when the courier is dead. Whether they carry crucial orders, strategic data, or words of faith and power, the enemy's courier must be slain and the foe's voice choked into silence. So a points game or kill the courier. My courier being the mighty Riptide. My opponent's courier is the Stormfang Gunship over there. So yeah, the Farsight Enclaves joining the fray, bunkered themselves up well in fortified positions. Their advanced battlesuit and weaponry going up against the ferocity of the Sons of Leman Russ. The Space Wolves are aligned here. Stormfang Gunship dropping in by the landing pad. Everyone ready to go and smash out. So good game's a fast game. Whānau, we'll see who wins. Place your bets. Space Wolves versus the Tau. Space Wolves taking out turn number 1. So we'll get straight into that. But before we do, take a closer look at the armies that we will be playing with today. We have a patrol detachment of Farsight Enclaves led by an ethereal with a stick and 2 gun drones. 5-man Pathfinder squad with 3 rail rifles and 2 pulse carbines. 3-man stealth suit squad, 2 burst cannons, 1 fusion blaster. Crew tracker Diet Grek with a crude rifle. 3-man squad of crisis battle suits. We have 2 plasma guns, 1 plasma gun, and a flamer. A mighty Riptide with 2 fusion blasters on the top. Heavy burst cannon, I think, and 2 shielded missile drones, and a broadside battle suit with missile launchers, so like a super heavy rail rifle, 2 shield drones. Alright, so we have a patrol detachment of Space Wolves. They were 61 power level. My opponent's like, oh, is a Predator a Rhino? And then he also had like an extra squad, but we managed to drop out the Redemptor Dread. Like you could already tell just looking at the army, he's got like a, he had the Dreadnought, and he had that, and he's like, oh. But anyway, led by Haldor Icepelt, Primaris Wolf Leader with a Frost Axe and a Bolt Rifle. 2 5-man Grey Hunter squads, Bolt Rifles, Plasma Gun, or Bolt Guns, Plasma Gun, Bolt Guns, Plasma Gun. 5-man Longfang squad, mix and match of weapons. Plasma Cannon, Missile Launcher, Las Cannon, Heavy Bolter, Multi-Melter. 5-man Intercessor squad with Bolt Rifles. A Predator tank with Twin Las Cannon, Heavy Bolter. And a Stormfang Gunship with a Frost Exterminator, Super Cannon, Storm Spear Missiles, 2 Multi-Melters on the side. Hellfrost Destructor, I think it's called. Alright, end of movement phase for the Space Wolves, turn 1. Intercessors, Grey Hunters moving forward across the Sky Shield landing pad. Ample opportunities across the battlefield. This dude stayed in one place. The, what was this thing? Stormfang Gunship. Got his big ice cannon there. Courier versus Courier. I know what he's doing, iron that up. Also moved his Predator across. Heavy weapons squad mixed and match, and this old dude standing down there. Oh, some guy sneaking across as well. So fine, it could potentially be a turn 1, you know, end straight in after the shooting phase. If luck is on my opponent's side, if the Emperor does indeed protect, my opponent does need a win though. So, and I've got places to be. Actually, got to get to work in like an hour. So, we'll see how things go as we move into the shooting phase. Whole bunch of firepower will be arrayed against my Courier, the Riptide, and spell the end of the game. Once again, yeah, if the dice will it. So we'll see how he does go into the shooting phase for the Space Wolves turn 1. Just going to film these dice rolls in case it is just a turn, in case I get blown up. So he's rolling Hellfrost, Focus Beam. 2 hits. 3 hits. You want a command point re-roll a hit, you command point re-roll a wound.
No, because it's strength 8 to...
I'm toughness 7.
So I can get 3 easily. 2 hits, minus 4.
Minus 4. Got my shield drones there. So Savior protocols again for the shield drones. 4 up saves. Oh, two drones dead. Alright, so that was a long thing. Missile launcher hit onto the Riptide. I spent a command point to try and make the save, failed it. So we're rolling for damage. 1. Oh, you've used your command point. His face. 1 damage, 13 left. Alright, finally, so end of the turn for the Space Wolves, turn 1. So not quite go the way they were planning it. That turn 1 victory has escaped their grasp. Did end up blowing up 1 Crisis Suit, wiping out 3 Pathfinders, and taking 3 wounds off the mighty Riptide, the Courier for the Farsight Enclaves. But not a lot more than that was done. So my turn to retaliate and potentially wipe out their Courier over there. I do have a broadside. Couple of rail rifles left. There's a chance. We'll go into the Farsight Enclaves turn 1. Alright, so end of the movement phase for the Farsight Enclaves turn 1. Stealth suits coming up on top of the shipping containers. 2 burst cannon guys looking down onto the Grey Hunters. Fusion blaster dude looking into the Predator tank. Crosshair, these guys all stood still. Only other bit of movement was the Crisis suits getting up onto the landing pad. Also going to Nova charge the Riptide and also spend 2 command points on my automated repair systems. So bring me down to 3 and he gets to repair D3 wounds. Looking for a 5 or a 6. 1. It's down to 2. But yeah, and also going to spend a command point on the Breach Nova Charge, so he's going to be able to activate 2 abilities with his Nova Charging, which will be the Invulnerable and the 18-shot burst cannon. Alright, so these 2 little babies fired in rail rifle, landing a successful hit and wound. 6+ wound delivers a mortal wound, so this dude is down to 10 wounds left. The Courier could potentially be dead and ending the game. Alright, broadside could potentially end the game. He's going to fire 2 shots, heavy rail rifle, into the Stormfang, -1 because it's a flyer, so 2 shots hitting on 5s. Roll high. Oh, 1 hit. So 1 hit, strength 8, toughness 7, so 3s to wound. Oh, command point. Didn't want to spend a command point there because I'm rolling D6 damage if I wound. 3 to wound, 3 to wound. Oh, and that goes straight through because it's AP -4. Alright, so the broadside has landed in 1 shot onto the Courier of the Space Wolves, the Stormfang Gunship. The cost of a command point, rolling for damages, D6 damage as the shot goes straight through. Looking for a 6. Alright, so down to 8 though. So we've landed 4 wounds with the heavy burst cannon on the Riptide. 4 wounds -1, so 4 up saves. Oh, I made all but one.
Command point reroll that.
Command point reroll that one. Oh, made them all. Damn. Alright, so that's going to end my turn. End of the shooting phase. Managed to wipe out 4 Grey Hunters here. Bring that down to 8 wounds left. So we're zooming through. Not a lot else done on the battlefield though. So we're going to see if things will change as we go into Space Wolves turn 2. End of movement phase for the Space Wolves turn 2. The Intercessors and Grey Hunters, surviving Grey Hunter, have turned around. Looking to take on the crisis suits behind them. The Stormfang is zipped across the battlefield. These dudes all staying where they are. Stormfang up here, 8 wounds left. Predator standing still. These Grey Hunters have moved over here. So end of my opponent's movement phase. So I'm going to activate the booby traps, concealed booby traps of Grek. Once per battle, at the end of your opponent's movement phase, you can choose an enemy unit on the battlefield, roll a d6. So I want to choose this gunship. He's triggered some booby traps in the sky there somehow. I know the rules aren't written for that. Probably doesn't make any narrative sense, but I want to kill this thing. So on a 4 up, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Come on. This thing's useless. Alright, fine. So would you believe it? I failed my 2 3-up invulnerables, and my opponent managed to roll a 5 or a 6 while dealing damage. Blowing up the Riptide and therefore killing the Courier. Which works out well for me. I do need to leave for work in like 20 minutes. But I think if it was a normal game, I was actually on the verge of victory. Because here we had, I dealt out 7 wounds the first turn, he dealt 3 to my Courier. So he just lucked out. I should have filmed it, but I actually didn't think I was going to lose. So, but you know, that's the way, that's the game that we know and love, Warhammer 40K. A game of highs, a game of lows, a game of triumph and despair. So yeah, that's it. Cookie crumble, game over. Things to do there, Fano. I'll just quickly wrap up this mission. Alright, so that's another mission done and dusted. The triumphant return of the maoriwargamer. Back with some regular weekly Warhammer 40K content. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Who's up next? Crimson Slaughter and Tyranids up next, I do believe, up next week. So we'll be seeing some exciting Chaos Forces and the creepy aliens of the Tyranids. So stay tuned for that there, Fano. Subscribe to the channel for weekly content from a quality New Zealand wargamer. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your family, friends, leave comments, all that good stuff. I always love to hear from you guys and you girls and anything in between that. All inclusive on this channel. But yeah, thank you for watching. Once again, Fano, check out also Blackstone Fortress, plug all my other content, playing video games, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I am your humble host, the maoriwargamer. Ka kite. Anu.